My stubborn insistence on living off riverside plants has paid off yet again. Also, I think the airfield's probably super close at this point. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. We are finally in Forsaken Airfield. It feels so good to say those words out loud. I also just grabbed a bunch of cattails in the last episode, and I'm going to take advantage of that fact. I do have some acorns as well that I can chow on. No, I do not want to consume salt. Thankfully, you cannot consume salt, but it would be annoying if I accidentally did. If you accidentally could. But you can't. Yeah, I'm just going to eat some of that stuff and then drink some water. I'm not even that encumbered at the moment anymore because I've been kind of burning through some of my extra sticks and coal. And now this fire is hot enough to, like, warm me up. I don't know. Like, I guess one thing I do want to do is I want to very carefully, because I don't know how close these wolves that are howling in the distance are, I want to very carefully kind of just look around and get a sense for... Oh, hello, reishi mushroom. Get a sense for where the... Okay, that actually looks like a structure right there. So I might be... I wasn't kidding with my opening of the episode. I think I might actually be quite close to the airfield. I just don't know, for sure. So I'm going to keep moving in that general direction because I feel like I saw something just now. The thing is, I want this fire to work a little bit faster. So what I'm going to do... I could sleep for an hour and regain a little bit of condition here, but I'm not going to be that cavalier with my health at the moment. I think I need to be careful. So what I'm going to do is plop down a recycled can. I'm going to prepare another reishi tea and drink it. We'll get the calories from that. We will also get the warmth from that. We're going to take a torch off this very hot fire and continue on down the sunny road. All right, notice we have another pointing tree. I'm going to trust that, not only because it's a pointing tree, and you should trust pointing trees, but because there are more cattails in this general direction, and because it's pointing in the direction that I was kind of looking at a minute ago thinking, I wonder if that's the airfield. If the fog clears at all in the next little while, we'll know for sure. But for now, I'm going to continue to enjoy my addiction, my insistence, my diligent, ongoing habit of collecting every cattail I can possibly see. We have the means at the moment to kill a wolf or a bear, or a moose for that matter. But I don't have that many arrows, so I'm going out of my way to get food from natural sources rather than running in and trying to get something that's going to require me to hunt and cook. Because that might not end well. Alright, I do feel like the airfield is just up this way. But I suspect my lucky absence of any run-ins with hostile wildlife is about to come to an end. I've been left alone for the entirety of my time here so far. And I very much have the sneaking suspicion that that's about to change. Okay, I think the airfield's that way. I'm going to go ahead and break off of this river as much as I feel like I could continue to follow it. I'll kind of try to remember that if I can. Alright, so I'm going to get low to the ground here because until I'm up at the top of this slope and can look left and right, I'm not going to trust that I'm not alone. I don't hear any wolves in the immediate vicinity, but that doesn't mean they're not there. It just means I can't hear them right now. Okay, I don't think this is the airfield. No, it's not. That is something. And maybe the airfield is somewhat nearby. What is this? This is very interesting. It's not the airfield, though. I think I see something in the distance, though. I think the fog is clearing, too. So, yeah. I don't have a lot of daylight left, but I should at least be able to get a bearing from up here on the airfield. Surveyor's memory. All right, there's a fireplace here. That's interesting, I guess. All right, I see what looks like a large rock, but potentially an actual, like, large building over there. Man, I wish I had binoculars. And the airfield... Oh, the airfield's behind me. What do you know? Oh, and the road is right here. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, let's go over there then. We have a lot to explore. Look at how wide open this is. I know many of you have seen it already. I haven't. Maybe some of you, like me, have not played The Long Dark as much in recent months. Well, I've played it a lot in recent months, but before the beginning of 2023, before this zone was added, I hadn't played it a lot. And so, like, this territory and the new maps coming are very, very new to me. Obviously, the new maps are new to all of us, but, like, for some of you, I would imagine this is a lot to take in. Seeing a zone this wide open is unnerving, but in a good way. Totally in a good way. All right, let me... Okay, I don't see any wolves. Get low to the ground. I think I should be able to get to the airfield in pretty short order here. Maybe. Unless this slope is not traversable. If it's not, I'm going to be super salty. Yeah, we can go sideways. It's fine. Aha. There's our first building. I'm going to take the opportunity to just dip in there real fast. There's a bunny nearby. Man, this feels good. Just to be in a new zone with a new microphone, living my best life. We've been building towards this moment. Oh, wow. That's a jerry can. We've been building towards this moment really for the entire series. Like, a lot of the series and the exploration of the existing zones, especially given that I kind of declared from the very beginning that we wouldn't necessarily just stop at 100 days. Imagine if we had. Imagine if we had. Mission status unclear. Pilot activity appears routine and as predicted in my initial briefing. Business here at the field hardly registers as cover for any activity grander than mail delivery or solidarity in this godforsaken place. It's just good to be in a brand new zone like this. Experiencing so much novelty.
This will come in handy.
Especially in the knowledge that the game is going to keep getting bigger. At least in the near future. That's really cool. Alright, let me step back outside. I might honestly, like, if I feel like I have a good reason to, I may just dip back in there and try and rest. But I feel like I'm close enough now that, like, I can justify pushing to get over there. Because, just to be very clear, this is probably going to be the last loot-dense area on the map. Prior to there being new zones added, if the run is still going at that point, which the only thing that would stop that from being reality would be if something goes horribly wrong here. Alright, I see a plane over there. I'm just checking for wolves as I walk. I see bunnies running around the airfield. Alright, let's go ahead and check this plane. Be sure to check the cargo hatch as well. We did not check the cargo hatches in the plane in Coastal Highway because I had forgotten that the hatch was a thing. We will check the cargo hatches here. And there are different types of cargo hatches in some of these.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh, you will. It's fine. You will be fine. Trust me. All right, let's check that other cargo hatch. Wolves are behaving so far, but as I said, I feel like my lucky run is about to come to an end. Oh, look. That's a very interestingly placed signal antenna with a battery right next to it and a bunch of scrap. It's almost as if the game is setting this up as a tutorial for something, Legion. What could be happening? Look, 2 more fuses. Okay. Another. I could have known. I might have known. All right, let's... A bedroll? Pinnacle peaches? Wow. Okay. Well, that's one way to say hello to a guy. Fantastic. It's kind of a raggedy looking bedroll, but like, and we've had a bedroll for a while, but it's cool to see one out in the world. Like I said, last loot dense location right here. This is going to be it. There's nothing else left, and there's a lot to explore. There's the potential for a lot of loot. I'm not going to get my hopes up too high, but we could find some pretty cool stuff here. At the very least, though, at the very least, we now, after this point, regardless of when we go to the next zones as they're added, we have something more specific to do in this playthrough, Legion. Something I've never done before. At all. Oh yes. I haven't done Signal Void. I haven't touched it. You wanna know why? I've been saving it for this. I've been saving it to share it with y'all, to be completely frank. Back when they first announced it, was kind of when I was starting to feel like I was ready to bring the channel back. And I just knew that I could try it if I wanted to, but like I wanted to get some practice in the game, and I wanted to do that with Against All Challenges. And then I was like, well, by the time I've done that, then I'll just want to do the whole thing with them. So that's what we're doing. Take it or leave it. That's what's happening. All right, so we've already checked all of these cabinets. Nothing in the microwave. Still plenty to be explored here. All right, so this is the moment of truth, I think. If I understand the way that this is supposed to unfold. But we are, of course, not at all done looting the airfield. There is so much more. So the fact that I've already found, you know, a decent amount of food, hey, is really, really helpful. All right. Field 31 Operations Memo. Read text. As you know, we've been asked to provide SAR coverage for the rest of Great Bear. We're tapping into the existing radio transmitter system, but it's pretty old. The transmitter towers are scattered all over the tower island, including one we jury-rigged right here at the Field 31 tower. The transmitter boxes are a bit prone to breaking down, but when powered and in good working order, each tower can cover a decent range, well beyond the region it's located in. Update your survey maps with the transmitter sites in Forlorn Muskeg, Mystery Lake, and Milton. Expect to do annual maintenance. The wiring and batteries seem particularly fragile, and we've had some trouble with fuses as well. Testing continues, but initial reports have picked up some signal interference, unusual transmissions in the following locations in Lower Great Bear. In Bleak Inlet, home of the old cannery site. Great. Pleasant Valley, but we haven't determined where, and somewhere in the hushed River Valley. Great. Without these transmitters working, we'll have a hell of a time locating any transponder signals from crashed planes, or whatever, so we need to stay on top of this. Signed, Captain Redrick, 14th Wing, SAR. A handheld shortwave radio. Signal void begins. That's a distress pistol, which I'm probably going to drop. Note. Read text. We're leaving. Can't stand the lights any longer. No sleep. Just no sleep. We're walking out of here. the theme. I'm a big fan of the new, like, of this theme. I guess this might be the theme for Signal Void. But it's been on the title screen for some time now, and I love it. Just let the record state. It's so good. It's so good. That was just a tease. That was just a piece of it. It didn't lean all the way into itself there. It just sort of said, hey, I'm here. I'm going to play for a second and then leave you wanting. Thank you for that. Okay.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, let's repair the battery. I'm not going to mess around with it too much yet in this episode because there's still so much looting that I want to do, but like that is very much the next thing on my agenda. Like, what exactly are we going to do with all this? Five scrap metal required. If only there was a place. Wait, are you serious? Are you not going to let me pick that up? Really? Really? Okay, it's not letting me pick up this scrap. Oh. There we go. There we go. Now I can repair the rest of it. Yeah.
Think of fire. Fire. Yeah.
I have to say, I really love what they did with these animations when they made them. Because, like, The Long Dark does have a very specific art style. And in a way, it's like... It's not that there's no realism to it whatsoever, obviously. But it's got this kind of flair to it. The way that it presents itself has an abstraction to it that I think is part of the value of the game to all of us. And I love that those animations are detailed and yet not detailed. Like the camera kind of pulls away when you see how like some of those metal parts get replaced. And I like that. I really do. I think it's a nice touch and I think it's really in keeping with...
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Wool socks. I think it's really in keeping with the game's overall like design philosophy and its art style. And it's really nice. I was very, very happy the first time I saw those animations because I remember, like, I actually thought about it when they announced Signal Void. Like, wait a minute. Like, that sounds like really detailed animation. And the game doesn't necessarily, you know, it doesn't, like, go for that intricate level of realism as a rule. It's kind of the exception, which is exactly what they did. They kind of added a bit more realism, but they kept it within
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
an outlying portion of the game, and they restrained themselves from making it overly, like, detailed. And so the game kind of keeps its artistic feel. And so much the better, in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to keep looking around for a moment. I should hopefully be able to find some more things. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, so this is plenty of water. I'm not going to be hurting for water for the foreseeable future. I'm also not going to be hurting for food. I still have plenty of cattails, and I grabbed some pinnacle peaches a moment ago, so that was nice. But we are still nowhere near done. There is so much more. So much more. Thought I heard a wolf behind me for a second. I'm really weighed down. It's mainly the water. Again, this is the very last loot-dense location we're going to find. So I am going to get everything I can from it as quickly as possible. Oh, hello. Replacement fuse and a book. Don't really need the book. Don't really need the replacement fuse either, to be completely honest.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
I know. All right, so I do need to be careful about this because I am now very encumbered. So encumbered that I can't run. And I don't think there's a wolf actually, like, mingling amidst these buildings. You know, oh, I've already checked this truck. Yeah, not bad. I thought I hadn't. Yeah, I got out of this truck and went to that car. It's these that I haven't checked. I don't think there's a wolf mingling amidst these buildings, but I'd prefer not to find out the hard way when I can't sprint. That would be highly obnoxious. Okay. Check these lockers. That's disappointing. That's a whole lot of nothing in the chopper. Let's get in the front seat and see if I find anything. No dice. That hangar over there is where I'm really, really angling to get as soon as I can. That's going to be where we find the majority of the items that we're going to find in this zone. I could be completely wrong. There might be areas I haven't discovered yet. When I say I've been to Forlorn, or not Forlorn Muskeg, but the Forsaken Airfield, when I say that I've been here before, I don't mean that I've, like, thoroughly explored it and been everywhere. I know for a fact that there are some locations I haven't been to. I know that. But I definitely have fully explored the airfield in the past. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Anything in the fridge at all? Nothing.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, I've got to get inside. Alright, there's some scrap metal. I will grab that. It's only going to further weigh me down, but there's some more dog food. Starting to, if you haven't noticed, like, I really am carrying a ton of food at this point. Wires. It just occurred to me there's probably this contingent within the community of people that's like really, really excited to see me take on Signal Board, and they're like, why have you not even taken the shortwave out yet? I know, I'm sorry, just hold your horses. We'll get to it. I promise. I promise we'll get to it. I have every intention of getting to it. It's been my goal, as I said, for a very long time. But first things first.
I'm freezing.
Alright, let's enter here first. We are officially at a point where I've, like, really got to get inside quickly. But I want to make sure I've fully searched all of these lockers first. And I do think there is at least one wolf that hangs out on one side of the hangar. I think there's a wolf patrol route that's dangerously close, so I need to be careful as I kind of trudge over there. Either that, or I need to leave a bunch of stuff out. Okay, I'm going to try and just make it, because I think I see the door right there. And at this point, I'm close enough to that car. I can't sprint to it, but, like, I could run a wolf off with a revolver shot and then, like, limp over to the car and be safe, you know? I still have to check that helicopter, too. Need to get inside. Need to get inside. Definitely need to get inside. So quickly. I need to get inside. And of course, glimmer fog is going to be a thing too, and that's not... I have encountered it, but I haven't encountered it at this difficulty level and for a prolonged period. So I also know that it's been updated since the last time I encountered it, so who knows how that's going to go.
Feels like night is coming.
There's a contingent within this community going, wait, what's glimmer fog? Speaking of people who haven't played in a while. What is this glimmer fog of which you speak? All right, gonna need to eat soon, huh? If only we had multiple cans. of things that have high caloric value. Oh my god, I just saw how encumbered I am. It's mostly the water, but I cannot wait to sleep. It's just that the sleep might not happen because reasons that may or may not be intrinsically highly connected. Interwoven. Let's go ahead and drop that. I don't need that extra. I also have an extra jerry can on me that's very, very heavy. I think I'll go ahead. Let me... Well, no, I barely need to refill it. Let's just drop it. Alright, we got to keep looking around. So yeah, I may or may not actually get to sleep. We'll see how it goes. But this is where the loot party can really and truly begin. Right now. Quality tools that I do not need. There is actually a barracks in here. Not really a barracks, but you know, there are bunks in here. There are places where I can actually sleep. I have a bedroll, I can do that too, but let's go ahead and open this cargo hatch. Nothing there. So far the cargo hatches, despite my knowing about them now, have not been very kind to me. So far. That might change. But so far they haven't been very kind. Need to be mindful of these wires because if an aurora starts, I could find myself standing in a spot that generally is not advisable to stand on. And I want to try to avoid that. Hello? I don't want to... Thank you. It's actually kind of tough to get to these doors, if I'm being completely honest. See that? That is the beginning of an aurora. Honestly, that beeping was so faint that for a second I had to, like, check and make sure that I wasn't, like, hearing a beep from, like, outside my recording space. But that is... Yeah, you can see the cockpit lights and the helicopter there coming on. We are probably going to have some glimmer fog, which means my ability to get a reasonable amount of sleep and recover the condition I want to recover. Thankfully, I'm not missing too much, but, like... My ability to get sleep is not going to be great, to say the very least. Painkillers, bandages. All right, so this is going to be a little rough for those of you who hate to see me encumbered. Looking at you, Gabe. Sorry, called out. I'm going to be trudging around like a fool until I've fully looted everything, and then I'll make some decisions about what to drop. Like, this is going to be especially rough. What's happening right now? This is gonna hurt your souls. I'm acknowledging it. Okay, I probably won't keep all this water. I'll probably step outside the bathroom and like drop most of it because even I have my limits. Hey, you don't have to believe me when I say it, but it's true. Okay. So let's step out here. Yeah, this is way too much water. It's way too much. Let's go ahead and drop this. Those of you who don't know who Gabe is, he's one of my Discord moderators and a longtime community member. Excuse me. Also familiar to these Stellaris folk. Really? Broth and Summit soda. I was not expecting that. So I found the kitchen. And there's actually a lot of stuff here. Including more salt. Wouldn't it be nice... Is that a recipe card? Oh, Camberflight porridge. Read text. So it'd be really nice if the game could give me more oats right now. But I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be that nice to me. It'd be cool. I'd be excited about it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, wait. Nope, not that thing. All right, let's keep moving. Yeah, you can definitely tell that an aurora is on its way in. Still so much to loot. That's another jerry can. More cured leather, which frankly, I probably don't need that. I picked it up anyway. I might end up dropping it. Look at all that water. Okay. I probably need to cut this episode just a little bit sooner than I otherwise might, if that's okay. I know I typically tend to go for about 35, and I've even started saying it out loud, like, hey, 35-minute mark, it's become so standard for the channel. But in this particular case, I do have somewhere I need to be in a few minutes. And as I'm, as I'm passing the 30-minute mark in this particular video, I'm realizing it's later in the day, my actual day, than I thought it was. So I'm going to find a spot to very comfortably camp out. I am not going to cross those wires right now because I don't trust them not to be lit up. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and sleep right here. There's a very good chance that we'll run into some glimmer fog as I do this. But I'm going to go ahead and drink some water. I have plenty of food. Tell you what, let me go ahead and eat a little bit of ketchup chips. Yeah, I'm going to have so much stuff to drop. And I'm not even done looting yet. I'm not even done looting. Like, that's the unbelievable thing. But let's go ahead and now rest for, I'm going to say 10 hours. I'm kind of doubting I'm going to get all of it because I have a feeling the glimmer fog's going to kick in right now. We're probably going to wake up with a condition. I might be wrong, though. Woke up fully rested. Really? Well, that worked out. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, gotta wrap up here. A little bit sooner than I typically might, but we are going to keep exploring this hangar, and then there's more still to be looted in the area, but this is definitely the most loot-dense area, so I'll make some inventory decisions before I wander back out onto the airfield. I'm not going to go back out that encumbered, I promise. It's just a matter of, like, how long am I going to be here? How exactly does the signal void stuff work? We've got a
Guy
lot.
who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Jennifer, it's okay. We've got a lot. There's just a lot to kind of ponder with regard to how I might spend the next 5 to 10 episodes even. And then, of course, we'll be heading back into the mainland to address some of the signal void stuff while we wait for any content to come out with regard to the new mine that's been added. And we might actually get the mine before we get to go too far back inland. But, you know, timing, we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If you're not new here, look for the join button for access to channel unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.